Well, last week, Chicago hosted the International Society for Sexual Medicine Conference, and we had experts from all over the world. They gathered to talk about the latest research in sexuality and sexual medicine. And, of course, our own Dr. Lauren Streicher was there. Welcome, Doctor.
Thank you. Of course I was there.
Yes.
Would I miss that?
How is this conference different than other medical conferences?
You know, in some ways it really wasn't. I mean, you have over 1,000 doctors from all over the world who have gathered to give lectures, to present their research. So this was serious stuff. These were scientific lectures. But having said that, I go to a lot of medical conferences, and as a sweeping generalization, the docs that go to the sexual health conference are a little bit more fun than the ones that go to the cancer conferences. I'm just saying.
Yeah. You're just
saying. And cocktail hour was pretty interesting.
A little bit lighter mood, right?
Absolutely.
Now, is it mostly female topics, or is this something for men, too?
Not at all. They had urologists there, and in fact, the bulk of it was really about men, and traditionally always has been. And the women have infiltrated this conference in recent years to say we need to talk about women's sexual issues as well. So I have to admit, this particular conference was predominantly about men, but I only went to the women's parts. Because that's, of course, what I'm most interested in.
What did you learn differently about menopause?
Well, there are a lot of things about menopause. That was a really big topic. And it wasn't just menopause. That really are focusing on all kinds of things that cause painful sex, because that's an enormous issue for women, whether it's menopause, cancer, diabetes, heart disease. There are a lot of things that can cause dryness and painful sex, and they really spent a great deal of time on this. And the thing I like about this conference so much is they get really specific, because these are the true experts. Do you know they had an entire lecture just on what the best vaginal lubricants are?
So what are the
Well,
best?
you got to think silicone. Silicone is key, not water-based, and Wet is one of the best ones. Think Wet.
That's the brand? It's
That's
called
the brand
Wet?
name Wet. It makes
Is this
a silicone
something you get
pad.
over the counter?
That's the beauty of it. You can walk into Walgreens and you can get it.
I'm just asking for you at home who want to know.
Yeah.
But the thing is it's so important, because a lot of women, they go to their doctors and they say, what do I need to use? And doctors really don't know the specifics, and people that go to this conference do find out the specifics and then can give their patients that information.
And you know, it's not just older women who have this problem. So there may be some of my peers who may be afraid to talk about it.
I got to tell you, this was a big eye-opener for me, because a lot of gynecologists and a lot of women are aware that women who take hormonal contraception like birth control pills have issues with libido. But what I learned is that it's not...
Ryan, excuse me.
No,
Excuse me, Ryan.
Should I leave?
No, you could if you wanted to. But it's the birth control pill.
It's the birth control pills, and this is important. There is an actual genetic predisposition. There are some women that when they take these birth control pills, not only does their libido crash, but they have vaginal dryness. They're not crazy. Young women in their 20s and their 30s, and they go to their doctor and they say, hey, all of a sudden sex hurts, and there is not this awareness that that can cause problems. You know another problem I found out about young people?
Tell me.
Bike riding. If women who spend a lot of time on bicycles, if the seat isn't right, and this is the key, if the handlebars are too low, it puts constant pressure in the pelvis, so it decreases blood supply. And you know there are women who can't have orgasms because of this, and they never correlate it with bike riding.
That's it. No more date bike rides for me.
No, you better not. Or ask, before you go on the date, ask them, do you ride a bike a lot?
And how about your handlebars? Let's just take a look and see those handlebars. But, you know, I think a lot of people are kind of worried that the seat has to be right. You know, the seat makes things kind of funky. But it's really the handlebars that seem to be the bigger issue.
Huh, interesting.
I mean, you know, these things seem trivial, but they're not. I mean, we're not curing cancer here, but sexual health has a major impact on people's lives and people's relationships. So these little tips and stuff that you pick up, in addition to all the more serious stuff that go on in this conference, really are important.
To go a long way.
What about testosterone in women?
Yeah, you know, this is really interesting, because I think everyone knows that men need testosterone. Well, women need testosterone as much as the guys do, and a lot of women lose testosterone, particularly as they go through menopause. But right now, the FDA has not cleared testosterone for women. But that doesn't matter. We're prescribing it anyway. And you know that there were 2 million prescriptions written last year for women for testosterone that was really intended for the guys. So one of the things they focused on in this conference is if you're going to prescribe testosterone, what's the best way to do it? Because a lot of docs kind of know that, but because it's not FDA approved and it's not marketed for women, they're not sure how to do it. So there was a lot of emphasis on libido and on testosterone. And it looks like Libigel is a product that is going to get FDA approved soon for women.
What's it called?
Libigel. Libido?
Yeah.
Libigel.
Libigel.
And the FDA looks like it is going to approve it very soon. But in the meantime, for women who are having issues with libido, they can get a little help from testosterone that's really intended for the guys. But it is prescription. They have to talk to their doctor about it. And it's something that, quite frankly, their own doctors may not know a lot about because that's not who the product is intended for right now.
Man, we are out of time, and I didn't get to talk about the vaginal makeup.
Oh, well,
right.
just know, if things get a little pale, you can have your own, it's called My Own Pink Button. And, yeah, it makes it...
Look it up. If you have any more questions for Dr. Streicher, head to our website.